Greetings, you all. This is the voice of Ken Akure. Today, we want to look at a very, very important topic, a topic without which you can never excel as a trader. Without this, you cannot do well as a trader. And I will look at why it is so in our next class. But let me set this foundation, and that is called trading in sample sizes and how it works with risk management. Now, if you're trading the futures market, it is not like the spot market. The futures market is very unforgiving, meaning you have to act with a lot of precision. You must act with a lot of fluidity. Yeah, fluidity, the ability to be like water, to just move and flow with the market. So if the market moves in waves, do you understand? Your fluidity is the ability to not argue with the market, to just move with the market based on the market's perspective, not based on what you're thinking or what you expect, but based on what the market is doing. And the way to do that is to remove as much stressors. By stressors, I mean anything that can stress you, anything that can mess up your psychology, by removing them. And you start with focusing. For example, a lot of people don't talk about correlation in the cryptocurrency market. In Forex market, a lot of traders know about correlation. Correlation is how the different peers in the Forex market, how they correlate with one another, in the sense that if they are moving down, most of them move down together. If they are moving up, there's a set that moves up together. Then there's a set that if one is moving up, the other one is moving down. That is called correlation. So it could be a negative correlation or a positive correlation. In the cryptocurrency space, some things at certain times you can see that there's no correlation at all. When Bitcoin is stable, you see altcoins moving very well. If Bitcoin is going up, some altcoins that has news or some other altcoins will be going up too. But in this situation that we've been for the last maybe 2 or 3 months, we've been at a state of complete correlation, in the sense that when Bitcoin is going down, all the other altcoins go down with it. In fact, if you look at this chart, everything is so similar. If you look at this Bitcoin chart, look at the Ethereum chart. Okay, let's look at it. This is Bitcoin chart. This is Ethereum's chart. Can you see the similarity? Okay, this guy is playing out. Can you see the similarity? Look at BNB. Can you see the similarity? This move, it might not extend as much as that other ones extended, but there's a lot of correlation. And in this type of market, you don't want to be trading many things. You don't want to be trading many things. Why? Because you're looking at precision. Okay. Okay. See what we're talking about: digression, break, and retest. So this is a retest. So you can sell up to this level. You can sell down. This market is retesting. Sell down, put your stop loss somewhere here. See how far you can catch. But I'm not taking this trade because I want to sleep well tonight. But then you can enter it on your account. Okay, let's place a quick trade based on this, on the way this guy closed. Let's place a trade on Ethereum. So a quick digression, we'll come back. So this is my FTX account. I have a practice account. I've explained all that in that video, so I won't go into all those details. If you really want to know, go and watch that video. So I come here. I want to place a futures trade on Ethereum Perpetual. So meaning I'm trading the perpetual contract of Ethereum. So I click on this. it opens up. So now I'm going to define my entry. Uh, this is Ethereum. I'm thinking it's going to do a retest of this level. So I can set my limit orders somewhere here. So I can write this down. I want to make an entry at 1885. I want to set a limit order here, 1885. Then set my first take profit. This is a channel coming down. I want to set my first take profit, let's say somewhere around 1744, 1743, 1743. Then I want to put my stop loss somewhere here. So I've defined that, so I can now check my, using this tool, I can check my risk to reward ratio. I want to go short, click on it. I want my entry to be somewhere around here. So, and I want my take profit to be somewhere down here. So let's see, this is 1.13. So I'm looking at this is 1.13, meaning if I'm putting a $30 or $50 stop loss, if this market goes in my favor, I'll make $50 times, or go into that calculation. So let's say I drag this to this point. So this gives me 1:2. 1:2 is good enough, but then trying to always get a higher ratio is not the point. The point is, let your stops be in a place where they should be, because this market can react. You want to see, no matter what this market does, give a lot of room that, okay, if market still gets to that point, then you have the trade was not your own in the first place. So do that. So let's say we put this here, 1960. So I'm placing my stop at 1960. So I have my parameters already. So, okay, but this market is going to drop from the way Bitcoin is doing. This market is going to drop. So let me make a new entry. Let's look at this on M30. Okay. Okay. Remember what I told you guys about recency? Now, recency is playing out here again. And what am I looking at recency? This is an area, a new area of resistance here. Even though it's a small area, it's still within this zone. So based on my recency rule, instead of waiting for price to get here, I can as well take this trade here, reduce this thing. Why? The recency rule is playing out. Market is not waiting to get here. Sometimes when market is very weak, it doesn't wait to give that kind of pullback. So my new parameter has changed. I'm entering at 1857, or I'm entering at market price. Then I'm putting my stop loss at 1910. Then I'll put two take profits. First take profit is here because I don't know if this market will bounce here and reverse. So I'll target somewhere here. So that's 1800. Then the second take profit somewhere here, 1748. Then I can have a third take profit, which I leave open. So I have that information, and I'll take it to my FTX account. So now in FTX, I've chosen the instrument I want to trade. Now the next thing is I have this account called, in FTX, you can create several different accounts. So I have my main account. Anything that happens on my main account, it stays in the main account. I have my long-term account. I have my futures practice account. So this is for futures, placing trades, testing strategies on futures. So I have a small money there that I use for just testing these things. so that when it happens, I don't lose sleep. Shakpa will not hold me, So I have that criteria. So I now come to this place. You can now see why I prefer this to Binance. See this sign here, you can click on this. Then I wanted you to see this calculator. It's on your phone too. Click on the calculator. Then it's always on market execution. You can do market execution or limit order. So let's do at market. Then my first take profit I want to sell is at 1800. Then, okay, let's check my account balance. The money I have in this account is 373. It was actually at, okay, I think I lost $27 today in that trade I was trying to catch. So I have 373. So let's say I want to risk, trading in sample sizes means that if you have an account of, let's assume this account is $400. I have $400. So the way to build confidence is to say, okay, this $400, I'm going to trade one instrument and risk 5% of my account on each trade. 10% is 400 is $40. 5% is $20. So on each trade I take, I'm risking only 20% of my account balance, and I'm going to take 20 trades following one strategy. I'm not trading. Tomorrow we'll go into the different dimensions of trading. I'm trading just one trading strategy. Why? Trading is not about activity. It's about managing risk, following one thing and executing properly. So that's what I'm trying to teach my brain, that I want to focus on that. So let's assume we started at 400, we've lost $20. So now let's enter this risk of $20. So first take profit is there. So my stop loss is at 1910, 1910. Okay, sorry. I need to change this from buy to sell. I'm shorting. So I sell. I change it from buy to sell. This is small, but don't worry. So that $20 I'm entering, I'm going to split it into two, or risk $10. I'll open two positions. So the first one, let's see, open a trade of $200. So this is a position size. Remember, I'm using leverage. Now, the concept of leverage is very misunderstood, but I explain it. Now, okay, I'll do this in a new video. Let me end this. So 1910 is here. I think that was too close. I don't think I got that well. This is 1912. Okay, 1912. Okay, 1912. About the same thing. 1912. So if I put it at 1912, I'm risking $6. So let's increase it to 300. So this 300 is my position size. So if market comes back here, I lose $10. So I've accepted that I'm going to lose this amount. Then I enter my first trade. Trade has been executed. Then I enter the next trade. So that trade is executed. You can see it here. This is my short position. This is my stop loss. This is my first take profit. I can drag this, which is something you cannot do on Binance. Order has been modified down here. So I have my new take profit. I can decide to adjust it back here. So here now, if you look here, it tells you automatically that when price gets to your take profit, you make $7. When price goes back to your entry, you lose $11. You've accepted that. Now I'm going to add another position with the same stop loss. So my stop loss remains the same. I can now increase my take profit. I'm adding a second position, increase my take profit to 1748. Then, of course, the same position size. So if this market goes against me, I lose $10 on both positions that I've entered. Then I place order. Remember, I sold at market, so he executed instantly. So I have the same stop loss here. If this market reverses and gets here, I lose $20. Then if it comes down here to this point, let me check. Based on this calculation, if it goes down there, I make $16. So in all, I'm making 16 plus 7, that's about 23, which is not bad. And the reason it's not bad is because ideally, I should have been in this market here. Any entry I'm doing now should just be me adding extra positions, but then I didn't enter. So I'm only trying to capitalize on the break and retest of this market. There's a breakout, there's a retest, trying to capitalize on that. So sometimes don't be greedy. Just pick the small profits that the market gives you and let it grow gradually over time. If you target making $50 a day and you trade for about 20 days, let's say you have 15 winning days and 5 losing days, at the end of the month, you should still have $750, even if your account balance was just maybe $500 or $600 or even $1,000. So if you have $1,000 and you're making $600 at the end of the month, and that's 60%, and you can do that with consistency, then your confidence level will build up. Now that I've entered this trade, I'll note it that, okay, I've entered trade 1. Remember, I'm trading in sample sizes. I'm trading in sample sizes of 20 sample sizes, 20. And in these 20 sample sizes, I'm risking the same amount of money. So I've risked $20 on this trade. On the next trade too, I must not risk more than $20 until I cover the 20 sample sizes that I'm exploring. So the first trade was a losing trade. I asterisk it as loss. I entered the second trade, risking the same $20, and let's see how much it gets us. So that's how to trade in sample sizes. Then your position size now might vary. Do you understand? Because what determines the risk you're taking on that trade is where you put your stop loss. You understand? It's not in the position size only, it's where you put your stop loss. Some people will enter and put a very tight stop loss here. To me, this is too tight. This market can spike, hit you, and go the other way. So if I modify this now, I adjust my stop loss. Something that I don't think you can do this on Binance. So let me take it back. Let me give the trade enough room to breathe so that okay. So trading in sample sizes, let's go back to this now. Okay, can you see this rejection here? Okay. So trading in sample sizes helps you to stay focused on the process. Now, when you're trading futures, it's a process towards building confidence and building your account gradually without wrecking yourself. Very, very important. A lot of people out there say futures is bad, but tell them, what were they doing? They were not adopting trading in sample sizes. And if you don't trade in proper sample sizes, then you have poor risk management. You either be under risking or over risking. And you want to be in a medium position, in an optimum position where you are not doing any of such. Now, what I just did here Now I'm risking 5% of my account, and the focus is I want to build confidence in this trading strategy that I'm following over time. So out of these 20 trades I'm taking, I want to see how many I win. Is not following these rules religiously. So what I'll do is I'm going to say, okay, right now there's a lot of correlation in the market. Everything is following Bitcoin. Ethereum is looking like Bitcoin. Do you understand? Ethereum is looking like the Ethereum chart is moving down to BNB, the same thing. Do you understand? FTT, the same thing. So instead of looking at all these charts and ending up messing up myself, let me just pick two or at most three. And at any point, I won't risk more than the already agreed $20 on that trade on both of them. So even I'm going to trade both of them because sometimes one pair will move more than the other. I don't want to risk more than that $20. So now instead of those two positions that I entered, I entered two positions, and you can know your number of positions when you come to your open orders. You can see you have to take profit. So that's two positions. But here they merge it as one because you are trading the same instrument, you know. So So I want to do that. So to help me build confidence in myself, I'll say, okay, the market is highly correlated right now. So let me not stress myself trying to analyze so many pairs when in the end they will end up doing almost the same thing. So I'm going to pick just one pair, and you want to pick one that has a lot of volume. Of course, Ethereum has more volume than BNB. BNB has more volume than FTT and Solana and the rest. So the more the volume, the smaller the spread, and also coins with lesser volume, they move more. They move more than coins with a lot of volume. For example, uh, ADA has only gone down by 6%, FTT by 10 today, BNB by 8. This one by 7. The volume is less. So it also means that if you enter a trade like FTT, your stop loss placement most times will require a wider stop. Why? Because since there's less volume, it is a little more volatile than a coin with more volume. That is by the way. So now I've set these parameters, I've entered the trade. Now I'm waiting for two things. Is that I now have to be doing what is called trade management. Now that I've entered my trade management is the next thing. Now, what is trade management? Trade management is that, okay, now that trade I've entered here, if it moves in my favor down here, first thing I want to do is do break even, protect myself. For example, if I enter this trade here, earlier on, if I had entered this trade somewhere here, wow, this is 1020. If I had entered this trade somewhere here, and my stop loss was above this zone here. As this market moves in my favor, I don't know how far it's going to go. So as it moves in my favor and breaks, let's say this level, immediately, of course, my first take profit will be here. So as my first take profit is hit, I will move this stop loss down to below my entry point by just dragging. If it's here now, I just drag it below this point. So it means that even if this market reverses against me, I'm now in what is called a risk-free trade because I'm at break even. When the market reverses, it hits my stop loss, it will stop me out in profit, not more in loss. But if I don't do that, our market comes back up here and hits it, it takes it as a loss. So that would be very annoying that you made a lot of profit and you allow the market to come back and hit. Do you understand? So that's what is called trade management. Then the next one is you're managing your trades that way. So if this market comes down, get to this level, breaks it, keeps going down, you are adjusting this stop loss. Why? You don't know how far the market will keep going in your favor. So at any point this market suddenly reverses and breaks through a previous level, you still will be in profit. You still will be in profit. So finally, the last one for today. So we looked at, okay, here we're considering how your trading in sample sizes helps you with your risk management. And from what I did, I'm only now risking 20% $20 on my $400 practice account. So that means I'm risking about 5% per trade, and I'm trading one pair. If I decide to add two pairs, I split this 5% into two. Why am I splitting into two? The market is highly correlated. So trading two of these will be you risking 10%. Do you understand? If you're going to follow the 2020 rule. But we know that they are the same because they've been moving the same for many weeks now. So instead, split them 10-10. So it still gives you the $20. So if you are wrong on this trade, you know you lose $20. So if you know that the risk you have on that trade is only $20 out of $400, you'll be able to sleep in peace. And that is the goal of trading futures, to be able to trade in such a way that the fear of losing, the fear of being wrong is removed from your mind. You already know that if I'm wrong on this trade, this is a loss I'll take, and you are okay. That is the rule. You are okay with that loss. You've accepted it in your mind and in your heart that anything that happens, the worst I can lose is $20, and you are fine. That's how to trade. So that gives you more confidence. So because you know that that's the worst that can happen, you can now sleep in peace and take advantage of all that you know in the market. Uh, so let's stop here, guys. Tomorrow I'll try and rush things up tomorrow. So let me stop this.